Welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
Pop Trigger. The legacy continues. It's going to be a very intense interview, hard-hitting interview right now with Erica Ash. Such questions like what is it like when you're standing opposite Shaquille O'Neal in old man prosthetics? Erica Ash is a new movie coming out June 29th.
Yes.
Uncle Drew. We have some questions for you about the people it was like to work, the people you worked with on the set. In 5 words or less, can you describe the following actors and what it is like to work with them? First up, Shaquille O'Neal.
Butt naked, super hot mess.
Well, I feel like I want like 30 words or less. I need so much more of an
Butt naked, super hot mess. And well, here, just to give you an idea, we'll show you a clip of the trailer to get you acclimated to what exactly she's talking about. Here's a little look at Uncle Drew.
It should be a technical foul or something. I'm gonna kick you off this court like I kicked you out my house.
That's right.
That's me, okay? Everybody.
Excuse me, I don't know who you are or what this is about, but could you please take it back to the stand so we can play some ball?
Who are you?
If you keep talking, you're gonna find out.
Oh, you about to find out, honey. I come from a long line of choir members, and we gonna clap back.
What do you do?
Clap you up out here. Play with me.
I will not.
I love you, baby.
We believe in you guys. Be aggressive.
About like, what is this movie? It started as like a Pepsi Max commercial thing with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, he created this character. I think this character is actually him. Like he's like this guy in a young man's body, like in real life. So it's actually kind of funny when you talk to him. He's got these old man vibes. It's really cool. But they decided to make it into a movie, and we all just kind of got to, come along for the ride. So it's the story of a man played by Rel Howery, who is. His name is Dax, who is taking a team to the Rucker Park for a tournament, and his team falls out, and he's got to do what he's got to do. So he gets this band of merry old men, and they head to Rucker. So it's basically like road trip meets girl trip minus 3 girls. So that just leaves me and a truck full of old men.
So you're in this truck full of old men.
Yeah. 5 words or less, what's it like to work with Kyrie Irving? Truck full of old man.
All right, Lil Ray Howery.
What I love is that like everybody is like looking and like I could see you counting with your fingers, like on the level.
Truck full of old men. That's exactly right.
She doesn't get the buzzer.
If you cheat, we have to end the show.
Right.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Cool. So what's the next one?
Last one is Lil Ray Howery.
Lil Ray Howery is adorable hot man gone wrong.
What does that even mean? Gone wrong.
Like he's like the hot guy in the movie, but like not the typical hot guy that you would see in movies. Do you know what I mean?
Because he has that appeal to. I know exactly what you're talking about. It didn't make sense at first, but he is like. He has this likability.
Yeah, he does. He's sweet and adorable. But when you look at him, you're not like, hot guy. Do you know what I mean?
But you root for him. But you always root for him. Yeah.
We was rooting for you.
So here's my question about this: is like you are an actress. Like you've been in so much stuff, and there you are with like athletes. Who are like, if we have to run a play, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like what is it?
They did.
And so what? Oh, really?
There are some brilliant plays in this movie. That's one of my favorite things about the movie is watching these guys on the court. Like they were born for this. All of those athletes, they got on that court and they just, I mean, and I'm not a huge like basketball fan. I'm a fan of the boys who play basketball. So that's what I go to the game for the visuals. Listen, guys go to games to watch the cheerleaders. I go to the games to watch those brilliant sculptures like run back and forth on the court. I don't even know.
Ditto.
Like, I don't care who makes the hoopah thing or what. I'm just like, look at him run. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Ooh, I have a few. I will.
You have to say.
You can plead the fifth. It's fine. You can plead the fifth.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that.
Switching gears, you just wrapped In Contempt season 1.
Yes.
Yes, season 2's coming.
Yes.
Which is a show about social justice. You played a public defender. In order to get ready for this role, you had to shadow a public defender. What was that like for you?
It was actually very eye-opening. I think there are a lot of things that are wrong with the justice system. We all know that to be the case. But I think actually being in the space with this public defender, going to see the cases and seeing how people just kind of like, use these little loopholes to get around justice, basically confirmed, it gave me a bona fide reason for the anger that I sort of have towards the justice system. And it's not like this crazy, like super chip on my shoulder, but it's like, it's real stuff. I mean, there are people who are not getting a fair shake. There are people who have to plead guilty because they can't afford to make bail. It has nothing to do with what they're charged with or, whether or not they did it. It's who has the most money. And I think that that's not what justice should be about. Otherwise you've got a select group of people who are always going to lose. And that's the way it is right now. So it was more of like a fact collection to kind of give me a basis for the things that I sort of already in the back of my mind subconsciously knew were wrong with the justice system. And I think, that and all the research that I did, it gave me a renewed sense of determination to make sure that I do my best to show everyone what exactly is going on by playing this character to the best of my ability.
So switching gears a little bit, in my research, I learned that you were raised abroad. You were raised in Germany, and I was raised in Belgium.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm wondering like how that kind of affected you just growing up overseas.
Well, first of all, the fact that we look just alike, we're like twins.
That's what I was noticing.
I was like, it must be that Belgian, German.
I didn't actually research that. I could just tell.
Exactly. It's like I saw myself in you when I sat down. I was like, is she my sister? Like, what's happening right now? No, you know what I think, what it did for me, and the reason why I won't date anyone who has not traveled, is it just gives you a broader perspective of everything. I think I'm far more inclusive of just anyone that I meet. I think I'm way more open-minded because I've just seen so much more than a lot of people. When I got out of the military, when my family got out of the military and I kind of tagged along, we moved to an area, it was a civilian area, and a lot of people that I went to school with had never been outside of their town. And you could tell by they were very kind of hesitant to try new things, and everything was, I don't know, and I was always very open, and I always wanted to, go and do and try new things, and I'm still like that today. So that's what it gave me.
Yeah.
Just a broader perspective, an open mind,
Can you settle something for us?
Yeah.
So Jason listened to the new Beyonce Jay-Z album and didn't like it very much.
What?
He said, I don't remember, I'm paraphrasing here, it's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Whoa.
Okay, that's what I heard from him. He said he didn't like it as much as he wanted to.
Let me turn my hat back around for this one.
Uh-oh! Can you settle the score? Did you like it?
I'm just rubbing my tendril. I'm just gonna let you, please tell me.
Well, it's okay. So I listened to it again. Listen, Erica, we just met. I don't want to start off on the wrong foot, but it just was like lukewarm for me. And people have been coming for me since we talked about this on Pop Trigger. You should see the tweets and the comments I received. But I stand in my truth. That's all I'm saying about that. It was on a scale of 1 to 10, barely a 7 for me. So there you have it.
Hold up, they don't love you like I
No,
love you.
Lemonade was
They don't love you like I love you. Listen, okay, this is what I will say to that. Okay, because I can't fight the world for Beyonce. I know I can't fight the world for Beyonce. She is the greatest. That is what it is, hands down. I understand that there are people who may not believe, just like everybody doesn't use Mac. Some people, are the other thing. Everybody doesn't have like an iPhone. Some people use the other kind. Like everything, there are certainly, some people are like yoga. Some people like Pilates. Like I get it. And it's okay if it's not like your favorite, as long as you don't bash her. I think I'm speaking to my tendrils.
I wasn't bashing.
I know, and that's the reason why we can still be friends. Because you have a right to like what you like.
She's sweating.